Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magic Monday. And I am very happy to have my good friend and this fabulous psychic, SunPsychic Jean, here with me today.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Joan.
Great to have you. Terri Suzuki, the other third of our triad here, is unable to make it, but Jean and I are very excited to do some readings for you and see what's going on in your lives and in the lives of your loved ones that we contact. And yeah, we're really excited about this, and it's kind of getting toward fall, and even though here where I am, it's almost 90 degrees and humid. um, fall, getting toward fall, it's like this time of letting go, and the leaves are letting go from the trees. And Jean was just talking about this lunar eclipse that's coming up. That's kind of a season closer and a time for letting go. Can you talk a little bit more about that, Jean?
Well, from what I understand from listening to an astrologer talk about that the lunar eclipse is the other side of the solar eclipse that we had in April. So we had a solar eclipse in April, and this lunar eclipse in September is the closing of the loop there. And they say that this energy brings in needing to release and letting go of things, or releasing things that no longer serve you, or it sort of brings in that type of energy that we encourages us to work through and let go of some things, whether it's physical and cleaning out some drawers and closets, or if it's emotional, letting go of some things from people when if they've passed, or whatever it is that you're still hanging on to. They're wanting you to let go of this so that we have more ability to raise our energy and move in through this next phase of evolution. So the more you let go, the more ability you have to bring in the new energy.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't know that I was doing that, but boy, I've let go of a lot of things. Lots of trips to donation centers, and I was packing up paints today, old paint cans to take to the recycling center. So lots of letting go. And we want to encourage you. If you have a question, please put them in all caps and throw some emojis in there so we can see them, and we'll get going pretty soon. But I just wanted to welcome Anna Greenidge and Emerald Buddha and Viviani. Thank you for coming. Rising Phoenix, I have your question. Love Light by Jacqueline and Granny B 1961. Hello, hello. MEJ. And yeah, Julie um, McGoldrick. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, we're just thrilled to have you here. And Bora Bora, who's always so kind about leaving comments on our on the show, even after it's aired, and it just makes such a difference. So thank you very much. You're so kind. I know that takes a lot of focus and work. So Jean,
It's
I understand you have some shows coming up, some psychic fairs.
Yes, this is my busy season as far as the psychic fairs coming up. I have two psychic fairs in October, and I have put them in my community page. One is on October 6th, and this is one of the biggest ones of the year. And I will be reading a room. And there's about between 40 and 70 people that fit into a room. And it's usually around 40 or 50 people that actually stay in the room. And I'll be introducing myself and telling them all about what I do, and then doing some live readings. And after I do these reading the room, I'm very much out of touch, and it's unusual because it's physical, and it's I'm in front of people, and I need to keep my composure and make sure I talk to people and look at people, and yet I feel like I'm in that altered state of consciousness. I know that Terri Suzuki, she does these, and she says she has to lean either on a chair or on the table because she doesn't like you get this sort of like floaty kind of feeling when you're in that altered state of consciousness. Us anchoring here in our chairs, when we're on YouTube here, it gives us an anchor that you don't realize is important unless you're standing in front of a bunch of people. But and then the next one is the following week is October 13th is another big one. This fall season is really big for the psychic fairs around here.
Yeah, that's exciting. Now, when you read a room, do you pick a certain person and ask them for a name, or do you just kind of say, I see somebody who looks like this, and people have to say, oh, that's my person? Or
I
do you
do ask them to raise their hands if they would like a reading. And because I just don't want to, I have tried it both ways, gallery style, saying I have this person. And it's just not just like people, if they have to think about somebody, well, that sounds like it could be an uncle or somebody they haven't thought of, or maybe they're hoping to talk to their mom and they're not thinking about their mother-in-law or somebody. It's really, I mean, it takes a little bit more time, a little bit more effort. So if you say, give me a name of a pet or a loved one and a relation, just like we do here, so that it's quick, so that they know that they're connected to that person of who they're asking for, I can directly connect with their energy and that person, just the same way we do it here. It makes it a faster way, and less less people saying, well, it sounds like it could be,
Yeah,
it doesn't, people are used to this quick sort of
yeah.
display of mediumship.
I like that too. I went to one fair locally, and was that guy Thomas John was doing a gallery, but it seemed like most of the time was spent. Well, is it you or is it you? And yeah, it's like I think that the way you do it makes a lot of sense. Oh, let's see. Gina M is here, and Wiki and Heavenly Blessed Honey. Thank you so much for being here. So let's dig in, Jean. We've got some questions to work with, and as usual, we would like you to be in the chat, and we'll take things probably take questions randomly. But I'm going to start off with Anna Greenidge. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Anna, if you could just let us know you're here. And Emerald Buddha, you'll be next. I understand. I'm pretty sure I just saw you in the chat. Yes, yes. So let's see. Emerald, Anna, let us know you're still here, please. There might be a little bit of a delay. Well, let's just start then with.
Oh, she's here.
Okay, great. So,
Thanks,
Anna,
Anna.
is there a message from Jim, who's been on Alive since 2013? Let's see what we can bring in for Anna.
I feel like this gentleman was charismatic. I feel as though mm, uh, he got along with a lot of different people, and almost like diplomatic. And he's coming through, and he wants to send you his gratitude for reaching out and asking your question or asking about him. He's saying that I'm just trying to get a little bit more information from him. He's coming through as somebody who is very caring and kind and considerate, and a good friend, and maybe even misunderstood. I feel like he was a sensitive individual too. He seems to be he could have also have been a little troubled, yet he didn't let that shine through. Like you couldn't tell, because he was just so personable with everybody, and very kind. But I think that behind those kind eyes, he was a little troubled with either history or a lost love, or something that he's letting me know that he had things that he had to contend with in this lifetime. But he wants to thank you for reaching out to him and saying that he is at peace, and he he has found his salvation. He's saying, oh my gosh, I don't know if he was religious, but he's saying that he's found his salvation. Wow, I've never heard anybody tell me that.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. When I tuned in, I saw Jim. He looks like he's a 12-year-old boy, and he's wearing like a party hat, and has a little horn that you blow at New Year's Eve, and then there was confetti coming down, and so he is celebrating over there. He's having a good time, and I think he showed me himself as a younger person, because he seems real young at heart, and it's like he said, there's so many people over here. There's so many, so he's kind of I don't know if he's the life of the party, but he's enjoying the energy of all the people that on that side that he had loved, and it's like he is an element that kind of sparks more fun among all of them over there. But then I also saw him take the party hat off, and he was writing to you, and I couldn't read what he was saying. Oh, that's good. And but it was like he was writing on notebook lined paper and writing to you. So I don't know if he liked to express himself in writing or would leave you nice notes or little cards or things like that. But yeah, so he's thinking of you and sending you his love. And I think that's what they're telling me that was about. I also drew some cards for him and got the Archangel Jeremiah, who has he says, look out for the signs, symbols, and synchronicities, because those are coming from him. And I also got the World, which is, a whole new phase for him, but also that you were his world and that he thinks the world of you. So there's all of that. And I hope that was relevant and helpful for you. And thank you for the question. He seemed like a great, great person.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try Emerald Buddha. I know you are here. And Viviani, oops, nope, that's not a question. That was just something. Hello. Rising Phoenix will be next after Emerald Buddha. So if you could let us know that you're here too, that'd be great. Would love a message from Spirit Guide for Emerald Buddha. Let's see what we can bring in.
So, Anne, I just want to say that Jim's still here. He wants to hang out, and he's always beside you. And I'm trying to move on to Emerald Buddha, but Jim's like, I'm going to stick around. He likes the connection, and he just wants to remind you that he's going to be there watching the show with you. Emerald Buddha, message from my spirit guides. So first thing I heard, Emerald Buddha, is that they appreciate your dedication to tradition and like ritual and ceremony, but they also want you to connect with your own higher self. Believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities and your connections to yourself. I do feel as though, obviously, with the Emerald Buddha, you do connect with the higher vibrational ascended masters and things like this. But they also want you to know that you have this mastery inside of you, and try not to look at outside of yourself for this higher vibrational type of guidance. That all of this guidance is within you, to hold yourself with this reverence, with this compassion, and with this knowing. And it's almost like connecting with your higher self. And also your spirit guides are here on your even keel, on the even level as yourself. So they understand that there is a reverence. They understand that there is a dedication and a honoring of other higher vibrational beings. But they want you to know that you are there. The honor is theirs for you, that you hold just as much of importance as they do. And they want you to connect with that part of you too.
That's beautiful. I tuned in and saw the first thing I saw. Well, the first thing, my throat chakra lit up. So, speak your truth. If there's something you need to say, just be forthright about it. And then my crown chakra lit up like, ooh, very, very strong. And they showed me a picture in my head of it being like this searchlight going the other way, going out, like you are searching, 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 and really trying to make the connection. And then this is, the way I see things, a big hook came in, and and it looked like an oversized fish hook, except without the barb part on it. It was just this big hook. And I thought, well, what's this about? And what I perceived from this is that just trust that the connection is going to be there for you. And then they showed me a coat hook that I have. And they say the hook, it's just treat your connection to the other side like when you come home and you just throw, you put your coat or your sweatshirt or whatever on a hook. And it's a strong hook, and it's going to support. You never have to think twice about whether that coat is going to fall off. It's just there for you. And just trust that it's there for you, and trust that they're going to be there for you, that you can make that connection and integrate it into your life. That now I'm hearing more time being in the energy with them rather than the focus on the searching and grasping, not grasping either, but the kind of the searching part of it. And let's see, I didn't even look at them yet. Oh, from the feathers card, I got the finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you. Claim them now. And from the Archangel deck, I got Archangel Ariel, who's suggesting connect with nature. So I'm hoping that those two things resonate with you. And yeah.
You're
Oh, my
welcome,
word.
Anne.
Yes. You're very welcome. Oh, and Anna saying, we were married at 15 and 17. Wow. What a wonderful journey. Okay. Now, Rising Phoenix. I think Rising Phoenix is still here. Let us know. And then the next person would be Julie McGoldrick. And if you could just say hello to the chat, in the chat, and either of you, that would be great. Rising Phoenix or Julie.
Oh, she says, I'm Lalima is here. Rising Phoenix is Lalima.
Oh, okay, great. Wonderful. Let's do it. Thanks. Message from her grandmom, Draupadi Soni. Draupadi Soni. Okay.
She's talking about honoring the family. She's talking about being a matriarch of the family. I feel as though she's handing the baton to you, that one day you will be this matriarch for your family, and she wants you to teach them well. And she's saying to try and keep the traditions as much as you possibly can. I feel as though, and from what I understand, the female leaves and goes with the husband's family, but she is asking you, I think that you may be the last female in your family, or one of the few females in your family. I'm not sure what she's talking about, but she said you are the matriarch of your family, whether it's, in the future with your husband's family or now with your family. But she wants you to carry the traditions, but make them your own. she's saying, don't let things limit you in your lifetime. Allow them to enhance. So, you know, this is really beautiful. She's just asking to be in balance, to be in balance. And she's saying, follow your heart. And she just wants you to know that you make her you make her proud. She is very proud of you. And just because of your heart and because of your kindness and because of your dedication, I feel as though you already are honoring your family. And she just is letting you know that this makes her very, very happy, very proud. Um, but what a beautiful spirit. I feel like she's around you a lot. How about you, Joan?
Yeah. I got also that she's very, very proud of you. Well, the first thing she showed me was I think it might have been something that she used to make, and I think it might be some sort of sweet for a holiday that's made with ground cashews and then sugar, and sometimes people put melted silver something on top of it, but that's what anyhow, whether that was it or not, it was the idea of sweetness, that you're a sweet thing to her, and was sending you that something special, like you're something like a special sweet that would only be for a holiday, and she thinks of you as the special. Oh, she used to make that good. um and then let's see, I saw you. Okay, I can't read my writing. She says love is the line. Love is the she's seeing things in a new way over there, and I think she understands the more modern, that you might have wanted to do things in a little bit different way than her generation did. And she said the tradition is love. Yes, the traditions are good to keep in the way that you can, but love is the line that connects us. And she said when you cling to that, and the different traditions and everything are just a way to express that. So whatever works into your life and your family, that's great. But then she, like a dog, when a dog shakes and the water goes off in all directions, she said all the other stuff, just, it's like the water off the shaking dog. Don't let it get you down if you can't do everything the way I did it. Or maybe she had ideas when she was in the body about, well, I really need to do it this way. But yeah, that she just, be like Taylor Swift and shake it off. I think that was her. She didn't say that, but that came to mind. But yeah, she's just sending lots and lots of love. And I pulled a card and got the peacock that says, inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and be ready for a rebirth. So thank you for letting us get to know your grandmother.
So she does say that she questions the tradition uh, a lot, between tradition and her own thoughts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sounds good. All right. Next up is Julie McGoldrick. And then after this, it'll be Love Light by Jacqueline and Heavenly Blessed Honey. So, Julie, have we seen any comments by you recently?
So I'm sorry, Joan. Who did you say was after Julie?
Oh, after Julie, it is Love Light by Jacqueline. And then after Jacqueline,
Okay.
Heavenly Blessed Honey. So,
All right. Thanks. So Julie says, will my son Cody find a job that he wants? Will he find a mate? Aw, Julie, you're so sweet. You love your
yes.
son so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's all we want, right? We
Yeah.
just want our kids to be happy. We just want them to find the sweet life, right?
Yeah.
And perhaps his new mate will be from Italy or have some Mediterranean ties. Because I don't know, I don't usually say the sweet life, but I don't know if it's I don't know what that is, but yeah, that's what they say in Italy, the sweet life.
Okay.
So
Okay.
oh,
You go
go
ahead.
ahead, Joan. You go
Um,
ahead first.
all right. When I tuned in, I was asking, well, let's do it together. Is Cody going to find a job that he likes? Yes. Will it be in 2024? Yes, that's an even bigger swing right. But what I was getting when I first got this message was it will be a stepping stone. It might not be like his dream job, but it's going to be a stepping stone to something. He'll be on a path. Okay, Spirit, does this mean that this will be a stepping stone to something better? Even better? Is this like he is in, what's the word? In a system. I'm getting that he'll find himself in a system that will reward his efforts. Okay, so maybe sort of starting at a lower, maybe not the best job there, but then there's room for advancement, and they'll recognize his efforts. So let's try now about a mate. Will Cody find a mate? This is Julie. We'll go to Julie and then to Cody. Is Julie going to, or is Cody going to find a mate, somebody that he loves? Will this be in 2024? Will this be in 2025? Not in 2024. Yes, in 2025. Is this going to be a lifelong committed relationship? Yep. So I have good feelings about that. How about you, Jean?
I got something very similar, Joan. I got that the career is almost daunting him in that he feels like he has to choose the right one, and he doesn't. He just has to choose the one that's right now. Like he thinks he has to decide for the rest of his life at this moment, but he only needs to choose what makes him happy today and move from there. That it's a trajectory. It's not a, it's just not something that's decided on. And it's okay. It's okay because this way he'll find out, oh, this is what I like about this, but I'm really not good at that. This is what I like about this, but I really don't get to use that. This is what I like about this, and I get to use all my skills. So it's a journey for him for his career, and encourage him to just find something that he thinks he'll be good at, and to work on that. It's not a waste of time. It really is good information and experience to have that type of uh especially today. I mean, it's not like our fathers who worked for a company and worked there their whole lives and then had a pension from there. That's just not the way it is. People and kids today, is what they say, kids today jump around from company to company, silo to silo, and I mean like industry to industry. So just encourage him that he doesn't have to it's a hard decision for him because he thinks whatever he decides he has to stick with, and he doesn't. And but I do see a lot of wonderful things in his love life, and I feel like that La Dolce Vita. I think that Amanda and Wiki had
Yes.
said it. I tried to put a little, I just wanted to pop that up there. This is really impactful for your son. You can, I don't know what it is about that, but remind him of this, and um, yeah, keep an eye out for a Mediterranean or Italian or Greek or something in this area that I think that he'll make somebody really very happy one day. And Julie, what a beautiful son you have, and what a loving heart that you have. I love that you asked that question.
Yes. Beautiful. Invite us to the wedding, please. Love Light by Jacqueline. I have two questions. I would love to move to another house. Any messages or guidance on this? And I think we've, okay, that's great. I think Jacqueline's here. All right.
So, Love Light by Jacqueline, or if I can just call you Jacqueline, I feel like you already know that you are going to be moving, and you just need that little reassurance of that you're making the right choice. But I feel like you can't, not that you can't, but if you didn't make that choice, you wouldn't be happy and you wouldn't be satisfied. There would always be a nudge for you to move. And this is a spirit's way of having us step outside of our comfort zone, and to our energetic frequency is emanates out according to where we are living. And if we start feeling the nudges and the urge to move, it's for a reason. It's that your energy is either needed in a different place, or your energy is done where it is there. And new things, new friends, new opportunities will also be available for you. But I do want to suggest to you that to follow your intuition, and I do already feel like you know that you're going to move, and this was just you needed that validation or confirmation, and that's what they want you to know, is that you're listening to your guidance.
Yeah, when I tuned in, Jacqueline, it's hard to, okay. You know those games that have the marbles? And you put marbles in the top and they somehow go through and sort themselves out by color. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's sort of like that, that you're part of this chain reaction that involves lots of other people moving, and both like these other people who are in your house or the place that you are going to be moving to, they need to make those decisions. And then when you move, it has to be coordinated with the next person who's going to move to your house. So that's why if you're feeling like, I really want to do this, I feel like I've been doing everything right, that it might just be stuck because they're trying to coordinate things on both ends. But when I pulled a card for you, I got the pheasant. The time is right for creation and connection. Focus your attention on these areas. So you can create, but with your thoughts, you can kind of manifest it, both for yourself and those people who are connected to you, that because of these moves. So I think that was just kind of spirit's way of saying, yes, it's going to happen, but it might just take a little bit of time because all of these things have to be synced up somehow.
I love that visual, Joan, of those marbles in that game.
It's
The
like
marbles all
everything.
come out, and the right, and they in the order or in the color that they're supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Mhm. That's
Let's
a
see.
good analogy. I might borrow that one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, spirit has the best ones. Okay. All right. Next up is Heavenly Blessed Honey, and then MEJ is after that. So Heavenly Blessed Honey is here. Thank you. Thank you. And MEJ, let us know if you're around too. Does Dan have any messages for her?
Did Dan wear a beard, like a thin beard, one of those jaw liners? It looks like just on his jaw, not necessarily like a beard up here, but just a thin beard around the bottom of his jaw, like right around here. I see somebody with a beard coming through, and he also feels like he may have been a smoker, or he worked outside, or he worked in some conditions that were toxic. And I just want to say that lightly, maybe like not good. I don't know, just something in the vicinity was not healthy for him to breathe, whether it was exhaust, he could have worked as a mechanic, and the exhaust, something around him was not good for him to breathe the air. And I do see a little bit of a beard coming through, and he's saying that he wishes he could hold you again, and that you made him feel alive, more alive than others. I don't know who he's talking about, but he says when he held you, you made him feel alive. He's saying that there was an energetic connection. There was a chemistry and an unexplainable sort of energy between you, and he's saying that he knew that you had this ability. A goatee. Okay, he had a goatee. He said he knew that you had this ability. I think that you were always a little bit into the metaphysical, and you were always into angels, and you were always into sort of, having these maybe like dream catchers around you, or there's maybe crystals or something that he knew that you always liked to. You believed in the unseen, is what he wants to say. He just says, stand in your power and go get them. He wants you to fulfill all of your dreams. He said, this is what, if I were still here in this world, this is what I would want to give you. And he says, please do follow your dreams, because this is what would make him the happiest. And you too.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When I tuned into Dan, right away I saw, at first I thought it was a drum, but then I think it became a cymbal, and he was hitting it with a, like a soft mallet. And I heard there's a song about bang the gong, blah, 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 blah. I forget what it is. So something about, maybe he's trying to get your attention because he's banging. Okay, what did it say, Joan? It said, he plays it with a mallet. He's getting your attention when you're meditating. So it's like when you go to a sound bath or something, there's bigger gongs that vibrate out. So when you're meditating, he's sending you vibes. Thank you, Dan, for helping me figure that out. And I see him, he's saying that he's learning a lot. He's still learning a lot over there and exploring things, and he's finding it very, very interesting. I saw him as having dark hair and kind of a Mediterranean look. And then all of a sudden he started wearing a crown. And I said, so Dan, what's up with the crown? And and he said that you kind of treated him like royalty, or you made him feel like like royalty. Yeah. So yeah, the Bang a Gong, that was the song that came through. But so he's there for you. He loves you very much, and he's with you, especially when you are in quiet moments or in meditation, to kind of help you raise your vibe. That was the card I got for you. I hope that was meaningful to you, my dear.
That was beautiful, Joan. Wow. Oh, she said she loved him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Okay, and Emmy J, I believe, is here. I think we've heard from her fairly recently. Let us know. Yeah, just a few minutes ago. Thank you very much. And after Emmy J is Wiki and Joyful Journey. So Emmy J said, I would love a message from my spirit. Mary Ellen, wonderful.
Are you writing things down, Mary Ellen? They want you to write journal and write things down. All the things. And if you can type it, or you can record it with your voice. And I'm not sure if they're dreams, or if they're meditations, or if they are thoughts that you get, they want you to write some things down. I feel like there's almost like a message that's being strung through a lot of these things, and they want you to take some quiet time and listen. Um, and whatever it is that comes to mind is what is the message they want you to know. Like, even if you start writing and what comes to mind is, why am I sitting here writing? They want you to write that, and they want you to just kind of do that until there's something more that comes through. And I feel like there's messages that are coming through, and or uh communication that's coming through, and they want you to open up this. I don't know if you work on your throat chakra as well. You need it's the listening is part of your throat chakra as well as the speaking, and they want to be able to send some messages through you, and they need you to work on opening that up and practicing writing, saying, I'm sitting here writing. I don't know what I'm writing about. I'm just sitting here writing, and I am open to messages coming through. And no matter if that's all you're writing, there's going to be a little bit more that's going to come through, whether it's, at some point in time. And whatever it is that comes up, even if it says, I have to go to the grocery store, and follow where you're going, follow it. And then something else will start popping in when you least expect it. And it might just say seashells, or it might just say crystals, or whatever it is. And if it doesn't make sense, don't discount it. Just write it down and keep going. But they're working on opening up I I don't want to say channel, but like a connection of messages that want to come through you.
And Mary Ellen was saying photos and movies.
Okay, that's what she
So,
sees.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see. I want to go back here. Yes. When I tuned in, I got my usual kind of weird image. It was this giant sewing needle and thread, and it was just going back and forth on its own upwards through the air. So it's like it. So when I was seeing this, when Jean was talking and talking about a strand that pulls things together, and you need to write things down because it seems sort of amorphous. It's like you're trying to stitch the air together, and it's things like, quick thoughts that come to you to jot them down, or else they just poof, are just gone, sort of like a dream in the morning or something like that. So yeah, they want you to stitch together the air, these subtle feelings and thoughts and insights that come to you. And maybe that's part of the book or the writing that Jean was talking about. And in uh, further communication about that, this card is the Archangel Constance, who says, bring heaven to earth, which is a way, through writing or through whatever, another way to stitch together the air. And then I got the turkey feather, offer your gifts and blessings as a service to the greater good. So you're not just doing it for yourself, but by bringing heaven to earth in this way, you're going to be serving others too, which is a beautiful thing. So yeah, see if that feels right to your putting that into your practice. Thank
Wow. I
you for
think that's a global message, bringing heaven to earth. I think that's what is sort of code for, the fifth dimension. We're bringing heaven to earth. That's what is essentially occurring when we all move into that new dimension. And yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Wiki is next, and then Joyful Journey after Wiki. You're very welcome, Mary Ellen. And Wiki, yes, Wiki is here. I was taking a picture of an eagle with the Olympics in the background. When I reviewed the picture, it looks like I caught a UFO. Did I? Ooh,
Mm,
this will be interesting.
I'm going to have to use my pendulum. So, Wiki, I got a yes that it was um, a craft, and that I feel like it was unable to be seen by the naked eye, because I said, was this able to be seen by without the camera? And it said, no, not without the camera, you wouldn't be able to see it. But it was because of the frequency that it was holding, that the camera was able to pick it up. I'd love to see it, but they almost want you. It's almost like they're whispering to you, like, "Here we are. Can you see us now? Did you notice this one?" Like, I feel like they're just sort of like stepping their toe out and wanting and revealing them. And have you been looking into UFO sightings and things like that? Because sometimes if they know you're open to it, they'll start coming around and revealing themselves.
Yeah.
And Wiki is just saying, I thought it was a speck, but it was square.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That sounds cool. Yes, I checked into with the pendulum and it said yes. And I asked, well, was this a man-made? Because I think some people are suggesting that there are copies or whatever that are done to made to be that are man-made, and it said no, it was the real thing. So that's what you saw. And I think Jean is right that they're just kind of, to just everyday people, all of a sudden we're seeing these things once in a while, so that when the great unveiling happens, it won't be quite such a shock to everyone.
Hmm.
Cool. That's really wonderful. And maybe you can just say, "Thank you more, please," and see if you see any more.
I love when you say that, Joan.
That's really cool. Let's see. Next is, okay, Joyful Journey. And then, uh, oops, that's not a question. And then MCB00 is after Joyful Journey. Will I find a job that is good for me this fall? All right.
So I was just getting that. I feel like it's sort of saying yes, and then it's going around. And I feel like it might be something that you might need to create for yourself, Joyful Journey. I'm not sure if you can freelance, like let's say you work in accounting or you work in whatever, and you can be a contractor or a freelancer, or find something that you can work for yourself in the meantime. Um, I just it's an uncertain world out there, and not a lot of people are willing to hire in a new position, even though there's a lot of jobs. It's I don't know that the next one will be something that you love, but I feel like in the future, like next year, there'll be something that um, you'll be matched. Your skills match your skills, match your desires. Don't try and not don't, but and instead of searching, match. Say, these are my skills, and this is what I want. Please fill this. Put out your needs or your desires or your requirements, and fill that, instead of trying to fill other people's expectations. I don't know. It's your energy is changing, Joyful Journey, and I think that what once was acceptable to you, I think that you've moved on, and you really need to be within a team or an independent type of a uh, uh, you know job that you're able to work independently in some way. Yeah.
That's a good interpretation. I was asking through the pendulum, and when I asked a job that is good for you this fall, I got a weak yes. And I said, well, how about in the new year? Yes. So, and then I said, well, does this mean you can get a, just, then I asked, will you get a job this fall? And I got a stronger yes. And then I got the image of like you are wearing like little girl, those little Mary Janes and the white anklets and everything. And you step onto this rug and then someone's pulling the rug. If they're not pulling it out from you, you're still standing on it and it's pulling you forward. So it's sort of like a magic carpet or a moving carpet or something. But this job might not be perfect, but it's going to lead to the next thing.
Mm.
So you don't want it to be a horrible job, not just to take anything, but it might not meet all your criteria, or maybe it's something that you do as you transition to doing more independent work or something like that. But at least what I was getting through the pendulum is that by first quarter of next year, you'll be in a happier, in a job, and one that's good for you and that you're happy at it. And those shoes were so cute, dear.
I love it.
Okay. Did we?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Joyful Journey just said that she feels the need for a major change.
Yeah.
Yep, she says, interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Keep us posted. MCB00, if time allows, can I get guidance from my grandma Rose about how I can get back from this setback? All
Oh.
right. Oh, setbacks.
So, MC, I feel like your grandmom is saying that you need to rely on yourself to get yourself out of the situation. You need to make the changes that you want to see in your life and choose differently. And um, she's saying to persevere and to just take one step at a time, and that things don't allow the obstacles to overwhelm you, because miracles do happen. And she just wants you to know that it's not as bad as it seems, that something's going to change, and it's going to sort of give you a new perspective, or give you a new opportunity that will change the perspective. Don't allow the image of what it looks like right now today to overwhelm you and to stifle your creativity and your ability to move forward. Move forward anyway. And it's almost like in 5 years you'll look back and you'll be like, yeah, that was a tough time, but I'm really glad that I was able to get on the other side of that. It's like you'll look back and you'll see things in a different light. So I don't know if but she just wants you to move on and not to allow this image to overwhelm you.
Yes. And she said, okay, what I got when I tuned into Grandma Rose was a pink rose. And it was coming down from on high. And then she's kind of placing it over your chest. And she brought my attention to two different things: the delicacy of the blossom and the sweetness of the smell, and then how sharp those thorns are. So it is both be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, the sweetness of life and all of that, cherish that, but be strong and be protective of yourself. So you need both of those things to get by in life. And when I do a couple cards for you, and Jean was talking about moving forward, that's what the knights do here. The Knight of Swords is moving forward with strength. And look, he's just dashing forward. So it is a time to be moving forward and kind of going into battle, but then also, you come home and hang up the sword and smell the roses. And I also got the condor, which I don't know if I don't pull this one much, but it says, hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. So that was, believe that you have that in yourself. And though the condors are the ones that fly so far up there and can see the big picture. So yeah, hold the highest vision for yourself, and do what you need to do to be strong and protect yourself as you move forward with strength, but then come home and sort of be gentle with yourself and maybe cozy up in a little fleecy blanket or whatever you need to do to kind of shake off that part of it. But I'm hoping that that is helpful to you, and we wish you the very best in this time. And let's see, I think there was someone else who had a question that I may have missed. Excuse me, I'm going to take some time.
Yeah, Grandma Rose says that she has your back, MCB.
Okay.
Your Grandma Rose was a miracle worker and could make something out of nothing,
Wow.
She was very resourceful, so trust her. And she just wants you to keep moving forward and don't fall into that despair. The energy of, like when they say, when people say my diabetes or my, whatever, and they identify with it rather than saying the diabetic condition that I have, or that, that I'm suffering from is this, and it's try not to associate what situation you're in with you, because it's just something that you're going through. It has nothing, not that it has nothing. It's not, I don't identify with whatever this setback is. Try and know that you are resilient and you will still be strong on the other side of it. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have two more questions that I think we can finish up. Purette and Lacey Gray, if you're both still here. I think Purette is here.
Yep,
And Lacey,
Purette.
yep. Okay, great. So Purette says, a weird question. I have about 30 to 50 crane flies, which are large mosquito-looking flies. Why are they in front of my apartment? Is it a sign for something? Crane flies. Okay, Spirit, what's up with the crane flies for Purette?
And Lacey is here.
Okay,
Thank you, Lacey. I'm not getting too much of a message from the crane fly, but what the message is that all sentient beings have their cycles in life, and that this might be a cycle of hatching or them hibernating, whatever the cycle is. But it's just an awareness of all of the different sentient beings on this earth that go through cycles in life. But I don't get a particular message from them other than that you're meant to be witness to their cycle.
Well, since crane flies are named after cranes, I just looked up in my little book what the crane means. I am now ready to embrace and trust my divine partnerships. So it has energies of longevity, creation, and union. Crane sounds are calling to empower your relationships. The time is coming for forming a new partnership that will be supportive and long lasting. So who knows? There might be 50 opportunities there at your back door. But let's see. I also was thinking to look up what the crane means. I think it's especially important. If Terri Suzuki were here, she would know what it means in Japanese culture. But I think it is especially important in the Japanese culture to just see what the crane means there. But let's see, Spirit, anything else about the crane? There's some cranes, like the sandhill cranes, that were almost at extinction and are starting to come back. So they're saying that there's potential. There's potential that needs to be nurtured within you. And yeah, I think that's about all I can get. But it's don't close the door and don't give up on the fact that there's potential for relationships of all kinds, but including a loving relationship. Wonderful. It was fun to talk about cranes. All right, and next up is our last one will be with Lacey Gray. Can my higher self or guide shed light on what it is I should be aiming for? I've felt lost and uninspired for years now, and I just wish I had a goal to move toward in life. Okay. Sorry, right away. I saw a big, like in a cartoon where they have a big black piece of stone or something like that, and it says like a 1-ton weight on it. And this is the weight that feels like is on you, that it's so, just the thought of what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? It feels so heavy, and it feels like you're dragging around this weight and you can't figure out a way to untie the knot on it. And they said, it's really not the knot. All you have to do is take it off over your head. And now I'm seeing you're with a little hammer and chisel, and you go and get just a little tiny piece of that big weight, and you can deal with that little thing. So whatever it is, don't feel like you have to figure out what you're supposed, the grand meaning of life. Just figure out what would make you happy today, or what is a way that, okay, Spirit, tell me, what is that way that I can express the love that is in my soul, that is my soul, today. And it might be you go for a walk and you smile at someone, or it might be you do community service or something like that. But and then all the little chunks build up into something bigger. So rather than trying to get the big answer and break it down into daily tasks or whatever, find the little, build up all the little pebbles to make the big stone. And that it's a much more manageable way. And pretty soon it's like, oh gosh, I've got a ton of pebbles right here. So that's the advice that I got for you. How about you, Jean?
Beautiful analogies, Joan. I love that. I love that. That's so beautiful. Um, so I what I was picking up for you is to tune into energy. Go, don't, not don't. It's a bad habit that I say, but instead of looking at this big thing that's going to make a big difference, just like Joan is saying, come down to the beginning and the basics and just the energy of things, and study that energy and follow the energy to where it leads you. You might want to look into Reiki, or you might want to look into chakra balancing, or you may want to look into crystals and things like this. And it's almost like focusing in on just the basics of that energy will ignite you and your true soul's desire inside of you. But they want you to get used to being in tune with the energy of what it is that will ignite your passion. And if you look outside of yourself, it's all within you. It truly is. It's hard to imagine and hard to describe, but tune into the subtle energies, tune into the chakra energies, tune into your auric fields, and examine and deepen your awareness to these energies. And then search from within yourself what it is that is lifting your spirit, that is making your spirit leap. And it's really, I feel as though you might be comparing yourself to other people. And they said it has nothing to do with anybody else, it has to do with you. And your day will come, your passion will come up, and your time to incubate before the goal is revealed is in divine timing. Allow for that. And perhaps the goal is to exercise patience and forgiveness and letting go. And as soon as you do, the teacher will appear.
Beautiful. Well,
I have a special little treat, Joan. If
oh,
you
tell.
would, in Wiki sent me the photo of what she thought was the UFO, and she
Oh,
wants me to
yay.
show it. Can I
Yeah.
add it to the?
Let's see.
And let me just hide the current comment. So this is the eagle. Look. Oh, you
Is it
guys
right?
can't see my, let me just see if I can. No, you can't see my cursor. Sorry. I don't know why you can't see it, but that's the eagle to the left over there. And
And look at it.
my cursor is right over top of it, but you can't see it. Isn't that odd? So then if you look over here, over just to the left of the peak of the mountain, there is this dark sort of square fuzzy thing. And I'll try and like zoom in on it. This is what
Wow.
she's saying that she saw. And it is very unusual, Vicky, very unusual. That is not, it's not a usual size of a craft, but it's not a contrail. It's not a, a, what appears to be a cloud at all, but it appears, isn't that unusual?
Yeah, it really is.
And it's bigger than I imagined. I thought, I mean, obviously the pixels are doing it justice, but it's this thing right there that she is talking about. And, a little bit when Joan was sharing her um, connection to it, I felt it could be like a personal vehicle. I don't know why I thought that. And is this Mount Rainier? Is that the mountain, Wiki? And I think you're in Washington State. I'm not sure. Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Anyhow, that is just so cool. I've never seen anything quite like that. No, it's not Mount Rainier.
I don't know what mountains out
But
there,
it's pretty cool.
but we love the eagle. Look at the eagle you got. Good girl.
It
Look
looks
at
like the
that.
eagle's looking at it too, like, "What's up with this?" That's
I
so cool.
know. Good for you. Oh, Mount Olympus. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Yep. And around these mountains, we often see these things. So, yeah, I think you did catch something there. Thanks, Amanda.
Yeah, cool. Well, with
Um,
that, I'm afraid we're going to have to call it a day, but Jean, tell us where you're going to be appearing next.
On Friday, I have, let me just bring up my schedule. I have a couple of shows on Friday. I have Ginny coming for doing readings on Friday the 20th. And then I'm doing a mediumship special with Gerald. And then I'm with Ginger Faye on winding up my triple header Friday nights. So it's going to be a fun day. And that's Friday the 20th.
Cool. And this Thursday, I will be on Allie of Heart and Soul Connected's channel for meeting with the mediums. And that'll be a fun one. I always love that. And I wanted to say, I'm very sorry. Is it Lindsay, who is a new subscriber, and we weren't able to get to you today, but I hope you come back either on another Magic Monday or so that we can see you another time. It's just we've gone for over an hour already, but we invite you back and thank you very much for coming, both Lindsay and everybody else who came today. And thank you, Jean. It's always a pleasure.
So much
Bye.
fun, Joan. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks again.
Bye bye.